Hello, everybody. Good evening. It is the evening after the morning before for us Gunners fans here in Australia. Big game this morning. Arsenal coming up against Leicester City. The game ended in a 1-1 draw. Sadly for us, I did predict that. I had a good feeling, well, shouldn't say a good feeling, but had a feeling that there was every chance it could be a score draw this morning, 1-1 or 2-2. I did say 2-1 in our favour, obviously on the optimistic side, but as the game finished up, it was a 1-1 draw for us. And we take away with it, in my mind, a lot of positives, a few questions to be asked as well after the game. But overall, we move on, and there was a lot of positive signs and a lot of good things to take out of the performance this morning against what is a very good team in Leicester City. So let's talk about the game itself. It was a game that we completely dominated in the first half. Jamie Vardy did have a chance, and I believe it was Aussie may have been had a chance for Leicester City as well in that first half. So they did have their chances. They look good with Demarai Gray as well, pushing forward. Leicester, as we've talked about, they are a very good side. But overall, we had our chances to really put the game away. Saka had a chance. Lacazette had a very good chance on his head. Aubameyang did put one away from us, but we had multiple chances going forward where realistically we really should have put the game to bed and been 3 or 4 up, be that 3-1 or 4-1, whatever the case may have been, because Leicester City themselves should have taken their chances as well. But overall, it was a situation where, look, we were good. We created a lot of chances, some beautiful, fluent football. Our midfield partnerships are starting to really come together now. Danny Ceballos looked brilliant again today, passing the ball, finding the gaps, and overall, just winning the ball back in Santi Cazorla-esque in that way of just getting the ball back, looking forward, passing the ball, looking magnificent. So a lot of positives to take out of that. Xhaka was good again. Mustafi's been excellent so far, under Arteta, and especially since Project Restart. Don't want to be too critical of Martinez for the goal either. But overall, we come away with the game from a point. We probably and definitely should have taken the entire 3 points, but as it turns out, we come away from the game with 1 point only. So let's talk about some of the key issues in the game. Now, Jamie Vardy getting sent off was a big, well, not getting sent off, was a big one. But if you're going to look at the way that Eddie Nketiah got sent off, in my mind, Nketiah deserved to get sent off. In this day and age, that type of challenge is worthy of a sending off. So there's not a whole heap we can do about that. But moving forward, if you're going to go to the VAR and overturn that type of thing, then what should happen realistically is that he gets sent off for that challenge on Mustafi, which was a pretty bad one in my mind. If you're going to talk about deliberate and malicious actions, I think both of the challenges, you can argue there was none of that malicious behaviour or intention. However, when it comes to overturning it in the style that Nketiah's was, that's the biggest problem. Vardy's. I feel that one was a little bit more dangerous than what Nketiah's was, and there's definitely more intent in Jamie Vardy's, the way he went down with his legs. So a little bit dangerous what he did. The referees and VARs, there's come into question a lot, and there's been a lot of talk and a lot of upset chat amongst the rank and file of all of us Arsenal supporters. Most important thing to remember is that had the game been put to bed, we wouldn't be talking about the referees at all. And I've seen there's been all sorts of references to previous games this season, Sunderland, Norwich, Tottenham, all sorts of examples where, we've kind of, had referee issues and that sort of stuff. But the bottom line is it doesn't matter at the end of the day. If we perform to our best of our ability this morning and score the goals that we should have scored, then there's no way we're even having this discussion. Back in the days of previous Arsenal teams and some of our great teams, I think back to the teams of the early 2000s and mid 2000s, games like this is where all those chances would have been put away. We'd be 3 or 4 clear after 25, 30 minutes, and none of these things even come up. There's no need to be too negative about it in my mind. I thought it was a great performance overall. Fine lines and fine margins is what cost us. VAR could have gone our way for the goal for Jamie Vardy as well. And same again, there was a couple of issues there with the way that was adjudicated with not only Vardy from the first pass that was played through from Gray, but also the touch from Perez. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I still think it has mostly overall signs. Champions League, in my mind, needed results to go our way. So I don't think that was realistically in reach. We'll probably sneak a Europa League spot, and I'm not sure exactly how that will work, if it's a qualifying spot or a direct entry. But whatever it is, there's two ways to look at it. One way is that we can blood the youth now with the academy players as well, and give them a decent run in important games consistently, or just not if we get to a point where we don't make it at all. But our form suggests that we'll be there or thereabouts for the Europa League, because we've really shown some improvement. But overall, I'm very, very positive. I think Arteta's gonna take us a long way, and I expect us to challenge for a title and even win one by 2024, 2025. I think we'll be a very strong side in years to come. So let's be pretty positive about the result. We move on to Tottenham, North London derby now, away in an empty stadium coming up on the weekend. That will be bizarre. But at the end of the day, it's still a big derby game, and one we're looking forward to. So let me know what you think. That's my review of Arsenal versus Leicester, and let's get ready for the big North London derby coming up on early Monday morning in Oz and Sunday afternoon in the UK.